Matters to you, it matters to us.
Welcome to the KFM lunchtime news. Today, the 4th of October 2024. To present it, I'm Jack Mapembulo. We take a look at the top stories. Luapula province has received fertilizers in the districts that will benefit from the direct input supply. Slow distribution of farm input under the Farmer Input Support Program worries farmers in Massa district. The Zambia Correctional Service appeals to the community and families to stop stigmatizing ex-inmates. In international news, Sudan's war to intensify as rain season draws to a close. And in sports, Ten Hag calls on fans to judge him at the end of the season.
The KFM News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
And now the news in detail. Luapula province has received all the granulated compound fertilizer in the districts that will benefit from the direct input supply in the province. The district have also received maize seed, common beans, soybeans, and groundnuts. The farmers that will benefit from the electronic voucher system, e-voucher, will collect the inputs from the agro dealers that have been selected in the province. And has been revealed that all the agents and distributors are ready for the exercise in the province. This was revealed when Luapula Provincial Agricultural Coordinator Mr. Godwin Chate visited the districts during a Farmer Input Support Program monitoring visit. Mr. Chate said a total number of 61,804 beneficiaries will benefit from the Farmer Input Support Program in 2024-2025 farming season in Luapula Province. He urged eligible farmers to quickly pay their 400 kwacha farmer contributions so that they do not delay the redeeming process, adding that there have been 2,602 deposits and only 488 farmers have been redeemed their input so far. Mr. Chate, however, observed as some challenges been faced in the execution of the program in the district. He observed that the validation of farmers' phone numbers is too slow and is being done centrally in Lusaka, adding that those with Zamtel phone numbers were being validated quickly and being given authority to deposit as compared to farmers with Airtel and MTN lines. The provincial agricultural coordinators observed that stores management rules are not being followed by most input stockists in the province. It says their storage sheds are poorly ventilated and the inputs are not on pallets and near the wall. Mr. Chatta, however, urged the stockist of seed and fertilizer to make improvements in the management of inputs. He warned that failure to follow in good stores management practices may result in the fertilizer forming cake or solid blocks and seed rotting or expiring in store. A farmer in Mansa district has expressed concern over the slow distribution of farm inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program (FISIP). Speaking to KFM News, Mr. Kalunga Piri has appealed to the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Mutoro Piri, to be considerate and remove using e-voucher system, which is taking too long. Mr. Kalunga says the e-voucher system failed to work during the PF regime, making the government rescind the method and go back to the old system of direct input support. Mr. Kalunga says if the UPND government would continue with the same system, the implementation will go up to January next year. He says if the minister has failed to work, President Hichilema must remove him before everything is destroyed.
And this issue, the government, but that is why? You have a problem, you have a moment in a moment. But I want to do my district. It's in but 2 months is a problem with the problem, right? Not just now, but there is no one around the Korachi. I want to stop doing one thing. That is good. Once you put up and how many farmers grow up here in months? About 14,000. That's what Peter then for the please, we are appealing to the minister. What time that time Jama issue Jama farmers ready to have Mokumas and Mama? What time job we issue in Mama? What time job? And the same people, Salayan Banokalaji, Palesta Kizi, Amakam Potazi, Amakat Chaman Kolaji, we are one thing. Pan check one Chaman to Kolaji, to come to Amaroni. Amaroni, Kapuri next to Mama. The government, the Nama to our utility, and that's what for my agriculture. Vamos a presidente, para un parabéns, vamos dizer, para uma esperar o dia de um ganho, vamos, impactará o tempo de campanha, quando não é uma coisa bom, para que é mais de uma vaca, para não como por ser mais vaca.
The Zambia Correctional Services ZCS in Luapula province has appealed to the community and families to refrain from stigmatizing ex-inmates. The ZCS emphasizes that stigma can cause further mental distress and hinder successful reintegration into society. Luapula Province Regional Assistant Superintendent of Offender Manager Jeff Folanga highlighted the importance of acceptance in reducing re-victimization. He observed that the recent incidents of heinous crimes and suicides in the community are clear indicators of mental instability. Mr. Folanga called for concerted efforts to raise public awareness about mental health challenges and avoid actions that may lead to conflicts with the law. And the Luapula Province Regional Assistant Superintendent Extension Officer Fano Otwambo echoed the need for community support in decongesting prisons. He noted that the overcrowding conditions at Mansa Central Correction Center are detrimental to the health and well-being of inmates. The facility built during the colonial era is unable to accommodate the current population of 538 inmates, which far exceeds its capacity of 120. Mansa Deputy Mayor Besa Kalumba has announced that construction works on the 29-kilometer Mansa-Kalaba Road will begin shortly. The contract for the project has been awarded to a local authority and construction is expected to commence before the end of this month. To ensure the smooth progress and quality of the roadworks, Mr. Kalumba has revealed that a monitoring committee will be established. This committee will oversee the entire construction process from rehabilitation to completion. The Deputy Mayor emphasized that the Mansa-Kalaba Road is not only a significant investment, but also an asset that is anticipated to boost economic development in the province and the country as a whole. He highlighted the project's potential to improve transportation infrastructure and drive economic growth. Mr. Kalumba further added that the project will be done using the 2024 Constituency Development Fund. The Consumer Unit and Trust Society CATS International has projected that the cost of living in Zambia is likely to double next year due to current economic challenges. According to the Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCTR, Basic Needs and Nutrition Basket, the cost of living for a family of 5 in Lusaka has increased by over 1,200 kwacha from September 2023 to 2024, now totaling 10,478,000 kwacha per month. CAT's Customer Welfare Officer Victor Skombe says the energy crisis will have a more severe impact on households and businesses next year as they continue to feel the disruptions. He pointed out that while manufacturers have alternative sources, it will be challenging to lower commodity prices due to the significant investments made to sustain the sector. Mr. Skombe has urged consumers to prepare for a significant increase in the cost of living in 2025 by strategically planning to mitigate the impact. Socialist Party leader Fred members accused the Zambia Police Service of abusing the charge of sedition by allegedly using it to arrest and detain President Hakainde Hichilema's political opponents. But Dr. members wondered how Mr. Nakachinda's statement suggesting that police were planning to arrest former President Edgar Lungu amounts to committing a criminal offense. Dr. Member alleges that the definition of sedition seems to elude the police and they have made it include every conceivable statement that an opposition politician makes that they do not like or do not agree with. He is urging the police to tame their excitement and realize that they are dealing with a deeply frustrated, distressed, and polarized society. The UPND has called for national unity as the country celebrates 60 years of independence this month. Secretary General Batuke Menda told ZNBC News in Lusaka that national development can only be attained through unity and hard work. Mr. Imenda also urged opposition political parties to offer constructive dialogue at all times so as not to divide the nation. Meanwhile, UPND consultant Max Moore said the government is working tirelessly to address the drought-induced challenges being faced by Zambians people. Mr. Simoe cited the provision of generator sets in public trading places as a way of cushioning the energy challenges being faced by traders. Before we take a look on the international news, a recap on the top stories. Wapla province has received fertilizers in the districts that will benefit from the direct input supply. Slow distribution of farm input under the Farmer Input Support Program worries farmers in Masa district. The Zambia Correction Service appeals to the community and families to stop stigmatizing ex-inmates. And coming up in international news and sports, Sudan's war to intensify as rain season draws to a close, and Ten Hag calls on fans to judge him at the end of the season.
It matters to you, it matters to us.
After almost 18 months of war fighting in Sudan is escalating as seasonal rains end with the army using intensified airstrikes and allied fighters to show up its position ahead of a likely surge by the rival rapid support forces. An uptick in fighting will aggravate an already dire humanitarian crisis in which famine has been confirmed and over 10 million people, 1/5 of the population, are displaced. More than anywhere else in the world, UN agencies have often been unable to deliver aid. The paramilitary RSF was at the upper hand during much of the conflict, but last week the army, after shunning US-led talks in Switzerland, launched its biggest offensive yet in the capital Khartoum, advancing across a key bridge over the Nile. At least 20 people, including children, have been killed after an armed gang attacked a small town in Haiti. Another 50 were wounded as Grand Grief gang members rampaged through Pont Sunday in the central Artibonite region, about 71 kilometers northwest of the capital Port-au-Prince. Video footage shows groups of people fleeing the violence on motorbikes and on foot. A government prosecutor described the attack as a massacre, reported the Associated Press. Armed gangs have taken control of large parts of Haiti, and the UN-backed policing mission led by officers from Kenya began in June in an attempt to wrestle back control. In sports, Erik ten Hag pleaded to be given until the end of the season as Manchester United boss after needing a late Harry Maguire equalizer to salvage a 3-0 draw at Porto in the Europa League on Thursday. Ten Hag was under major pressure before the trip to Portugal after just 2 wins from United's first 6 Premier League fixtures of the season left them languishing in 13th place in the table. The Red Devils have also drawn their opening 2 Europa League games to sit 21st in the 36-team table. Ten Hag has fiercely defended his record after winning the League Cup and FA Cup in his first 2 seasons in charge at Old Trafford, ending United's 6-year trophy drought in the process. A shock victory over Manchester City in last season's FA Cup final was widely credited with saving his job despite finishing 8th in the Premier League. Before we wind up the news, a recap on the top stories. Luapula province has received fertilizer in the districts that will benefit from the direct input supply. Slow distribution of farm input under the Farmer Input Support Program worries farmers in Masa district. The Zambia Correctional Services appeals to the community and families to stop stigmatizing ex-inmates. Sudan's war to intensify as rain season draws to a close. And in sports, Ten Hag calls on fans to judge him at the end of the season. Ends the news at lunchtime, 13 hours. You can join us for the last bulletin at 18:15. On behalf of the news crew at K, I'm Jack Mapembola. Keep listening to the Lunchtime Show.